Everybody's trying to start to get very aggressive as both Cutler and Drone wait towards the safe side. They've got a crossfire, but Huynh has cleared it out. They haven't even gone straight towards B. They're going back towards A, but as Cutler taps 2 players down, it's 𝐿𝐴 from the back lines that finds the frag. The spike drop those 𝐻𝐻 catches them back on the alert, and TSM are off to a flying start, but we settle in a 2 versus 2.
Hazed around the corner, has to be the X factor for this one, but in you go, the flash dragging out both players for that situation. But that, oh, was that supposed to be a fake? Right in front, but even then, GMD, last person remaining. Just that setup from 𝐿𝐴. I mean, you would have thought that he wanted to go for a safe setup, but now look at this. GMD doesn't go for the fake either. The attackers mostly set up on C. You still have 𝐐𝐴 making a lot of noise on A in terms of just short wires and cages, but in comes the take. Huynh on the front lines takes down Hazed, and that's already the site. No one else here to help out 𝐿𝐴 as the site is smoked off.
𝐿𝐴 still sitting back towards CT. Huynh is just sprayed through that smoke. I think there was a tiny gap, and that is a perfect crossfire. They draw out the shots, or they draw out the player. Now one up and kind of line up just a little bit around it. 𝐶𝐵ROZA tossing in the hot hand, but as the fault line, or apologies, the rolling thunder comes into play, it's Cutler who cuts down Huynh. Operator out of his hands now, and they've got that information. 𝐶𝐵ROZA tries to swing, but 𝐿𝐴 on that operator has found 2. And he looks for more now as player 1's the last one.
Doesn't have the spike with him. The run back, however, trying to make his way in is 𝐶𝐵ROZA. Does catch himself one around the corner. Oh gosh, that was close. GMD still ends up getting the frag, but 𝐶𝐵ROZA is still fishing for it. Puts out a couple of bullets, but GMD with a wide swing.
That tripler has been tripped by the owl drone. Good use for it now as Hazed tosses in the first Molotov, and it's the swing from Huynh. A quick shot. 𝐿𝐴 trades it back alongside Cutler. The knives have been pulled out for both the Jets, but only one still stands. Cutler's dancing around the site, but he meets his maker as he goes back around, and player 1 has the headshot. 2 versus 2. The spike, it's stuck. It's in front of 𝐿𝐴 as well, and all he's got to do is sit tight and hold with this operator. They really can't advance here. They know probably that both players are going to be sitting here, and there's a player already on low HP. GMD in the red, and it really is just up to player 1. He's got to try and make a move, draw the attention away as GMD comes from the left side. Here's the swing, 1 for 1. They go, but 𝐿𝐴's got the trade on back. Knives are out in the close range engagement. Time is not on his side, and GMD fakes the bomb, or fakes the spike, and he swings out to 𝐿𝐴. And 𝐶𝐵ROZA here, holding this B site. Smokes go down. 𝐶𝐵ROZA. Now Recon Bolt's gonna give away his position. Is he gonna get free far though? Flash 1 is in and he's full blind. It really didn't stand a chance, but the fact that he gets even a kill there is immaculate. Huynh, 𝐿𝐴 trade things back as 𝐿𝐴 does strike 1 on the operator. The spike is getting planted. Huynh, he's watching the angle. Drone swings on the 𝐿𝐴. There's no immediate trade back, and that's all right. Huynh has just got to hold his ground. The spike right in front of him, but as that smoke goes down, it obscures his vision. He's holding to the far right of that sky smoke, and they've already stuck the spike here. They've got to get on it now. 1 for 1 they go. The shots, they're not connecting, and Hazed, the spike has already been defused.
Very early on over towards Garage, trying to find himself an initial pick, and that actually allows his teammate over towards mid. So 𝐶𝐵ROZA to peek on out. He has himself 2. 𝐐𝐴, GMD, they do trade him back, and once again, TSM, this is a big problem for them. Although they had the early advantage, they have already lost it.
And 𝐿𝐴, he's kind of alone in this situation. Fault line goes in, doesn't reach him. He's still chilling right now, but he's got to land some shots. 𝐿𝐴's got one. Drone from the back lines, and 𝐿𝐴 down towards step 2 lurks. Oh, a great swing, picks up the Phantom. 𝐶𝐵ROZA will toss the hot hand. Goal is just a delay, and what they've done here, they've drawn everybody away from C, but it's too late for them to stop it before it happens. Huynh getting up close, frenzy in his hand, but he won't find the kill. That's the spike actually dropped. A risky play indeed. And as that spike gets dropped in their face, the orbital strike called upon, and that delays them. Rotations can be made, and a great adjustment made so far here by TSM.
One still on the back lines. That's, oh, I can't. Huge shock dart trying to choke off the 3 defenders, trying to make their way around. The fact that GenG was actually able to get that spike down, just that in itself is huge. No matter what retake comes down for TSM, but they have to keep capitalizing. They hear the spike, but it's over on C. I'm holding back the C site for now, although damage is scarcely found. Just the amount of util has already held off what has been a constant GenG approach to C and B mid. Drone from behind did take down one, and oh my god, it's a game of pixels, Sully. Drone is still alive from this orbital strike. So holding off in the corner of snipers, and there's still yet another person outside the sniper's area to try to help him out. But that's the all-important pick on C, as Wardell has to rotate off of his garage area, leaving garage open, leaving Wardell all alone on C as the spike slowly makes his way up. And these two players watching over mid don't even see the two players making their way in garage. This is disastrous. It's a 4-on-1 as Wardell has to pop off around the corner. He's getting overwhelmed. 𝐿𝐵𝐻𝑒𝐻 takes him down. It's a 3-on-4. Again, this is still possible for TSM, but what a disastrous hold in mid.
Huynh locked on over towards the garage connector, has the first swing. Drone goes down. GMD takes down 𝐵𝐸𝐻𝑒𝐻, and it's just Cutler. Disastrous is just an understatement here, Gus. A glimmer of what we saw against Cloud9 just a map ago. Wardell will find the first, the dash away, but you're not gonna dodge Drone. You dash into an even more open place, and there is the TSM that we know and love. 3 kills in a matter of seconds, and it's just 2. The spike in their hands is responsive with that flash when Drone gets another, and Wardell is just playing with his food. Nothing GMD can do. They have to go towards A. Great play from Drone, an info play, as he gets all the intel that they will ever need, and Drone is just sticking around to keep them on their toes. 𝐿𝐵𝐻𝑒𝐻 will spam him down, but he's done enough already. It's up to the rest of his team to hold this one down. 𝐵𝐸𝐻𝑒𝐻 with the hot hands already out, tosses it straight towards that A side connector as a retake initiates in a 4 versus 5. Huynh, they're still locked over towards B. I don't think they're actually even gonna go for this. Maybe they save one of the goes like TSM did. A little bit late to go for it, but at least they attempt it regardless.
So laying around in the back lines. First one out. Sadly, is going to be Cutler off the back lines. And man, oh man, 𝐒𝐿 at least trying to capitalize. Wardell just waiting up in his angle, trying to tap away at some heads. And now it's a 1-on-1. Trying to play around the smoke, but 𝐿𝐵𝐻𝑒𝐻 holding W. Ferrari peeking through the smoke and still getting the job done. What?
No!
0.4 seconds. 𝐿𝐵𝐻𝑒𝐻.
And we know what he can do with it, but he has been quiet thus far. Out middle, though, that's a quick shot from Wardell. Huynh with an immediate trade back. The one man standing here for GenG has the tripwire to play with, but now it's been broken. They're trying to kind of sell a fake here, and 𝐒𝐿, he's not biting into it. Yes, the 𝐿𝐵𝐻𝑒𝐻 reveals his position, and because of that, he'll be shot through the Cypher cage as TSM take the man advantage back for the rest of this round.
Might have made a little bit of noise in terms of footsteps, but he might run into 𝐵𝐸𝐻𝑒𝐻 early on, and 𝐵𝐸𝐻𝐻 gets the frag off the operator. You thought that Wardell was the professor of the Op Academy, but here comes at least the assistant. 𝐵𝐸𝐻𝐻 capitalizing, still has to pick up that Phantom because, again, I wouldn't be surprised if he's all too comfortable with the weapon. The last 2 for GenG still stuck over to A. And that's going to be a C take, a spike plant, and most likely a save from GenG.
He has used one, though, on at least 𝐵𝐸𝐻𝑒𝐻. Curveball goes out. Huynh has got to hold the line. Shock darts in as well. Doesn't catch anybody blind. At least Huynh isn't. As 𝐒𝐿 swings out wide, the fault line. That might have been his own teammates. They swing out wide, though. Never mind. It was GenG. But that doesn't really matter at this point. Huynh still sits tight. Another frag from 𝐒𝐿. Finally, 𝐻𝐻𝑒𝐻 will take him down. Wardell's got the knives out. But time is not on their side. Wardell is popping off. 3 kills. And they've got the spike down, leaving 𝐿𝐵𝐻𝑒𝐻 in an uncomfortable position where he has to save. And it has to be responsive here soon from GenG.
Sure has to be, and at this point, in terms of the A site, it's already fully covered by the Cypher in terms of info.
Okay.
All right. Guess it's all G for now, because TSM still making their way on. And it's going to be a full retake for GenG. We usually don't see this from them at all. At least a singular player on site lurking around, but they're going to opt for the group format. An orbital strike actually going down late and a little bit off angle too, but in comes the take. 𝐒𝐿 along the corner, taking down one. You still have up top Huynh trying to capitalize on yet another kill over towards long. Still a 3-on-4. Wardell setting himself up for success, putting two
I know
It's actually over towards the boxes. Wardell hiding in that smoke. He set himself up for it. Of course he gets the frag off of that. Win the last one remaining. Up 1v1 duel. Dashes away. Wardell trying to find this last kill with the knives. Sneaking around, but he has just played ring around the Rosie with Win. He's right behind him. Knife to the back of Win. And Wardell has won the round for TSM once again. Back in his own spawn. Going to be interested to see what happens with this one, but then again, you still have 𝐵𝑆𝐵, of course. 𝐵𝑆𝐵 sitting around the corner, getting himself the 2 frags off the one and done angle. So that's 2 players down. He has solely equalized this for TSM.
Smoke's down.
There's still 2 rifles laying around the server for GenG to try to find up. But this take done by TSM for now. Can they hold on to a 3-on-3?
Oh, already a dink on the drone though. Down to 39, low HP. It's winnable here for GenG, but they've got to be quick and they've got to be diligent about it. Wardell, he's not on the site with this team. He's trying to cause a diversion, or at least use this diversion. GMD finds one, and that's the backstab they were hoping for. Wardell, again in this 1v1 against GMD. The story of the pistol round continues, and he's already stuck it to half. He's on it. He's got to get off of it, and GenG keep TSM off of 12.
And a full platform for it. Already an approach over towards Long, and that's going to be 𝐼𝐸 trying to throw things off. Is right behind the cage. But even then, drone takes him down through the cage, through the wall. Still held down. Shock dart around the corner. GMD going down. GenG on a man advantage. In comes player 1 in the back lines, only finding himself 1, and TSM. A singular player on site on C.
Nowhere to run.
It's going to be 𝐿𝐵𝐸s, and 𝐿𝐵𝐸s just has to stay alive in this backside, just trying to make the most off of this hold, just trying to get as much info. But even then, 𝐻𝐻𝑠 takes it up. Last 2 remaining now as 𝐻𝐻𝑠 takes down player 1. GMD, Huynh, 2 top fraggers for this team throughout the day. Trying to hold this down, but oh no. Again, in comes Huynh. He takes down 1, but that's going to be the return frag from 𝐻𝐻𝑠. Ladies and gentlemen, we got a map number 3.
I'm a little bit stagnant over towards B main. It's a difficult push, a huge choke point, and they're waiting around the corner. 𝐼𝐸l's got a frenzy at hand, 2 from Market as well. They're stuck, 30 seconds left, and they've got to get a move on. First frag out of bullets. It's Cutler who takes him down, and Wardell, it took him a second to find the head, but at least he finds it nonetheless. Drone drops GMD, and next thing you know, TSM have flipped around, whereas they've got the man advantage, and player 1 is on the retake.
𝐼𝐸l was in the 1 and done, but he's on a frenzy with barely any bullets, and again, that could have acted as a one-way. Player 1 can't see anyone on site, but they can see his legs. Player 1 still has to go through it. He's dropped down to 40 HP, still trying to play up against these 2 players, just playing ring around the Rosie.
𝐵𝑆𝐵 worked up towards middle. This is a crucial part of the map, and we've seen an assortment of players work it. 𝐿𝐵𝐸s, Odin in his hand, and we know how lethal it can be on that B site. They are playing off of that contact. Both players, both the 8 players, are invested over towards this A garden or A catwalk side. Blast pack goes in. 𝐼𝐸l, that Cypher cage is going to dissipate, and I think Drone has got them dead to rights. No, that is a quick flick. GMD and both 𝐼𝐸l find 2 frags, 1 on catwalk and 1 in the garden, and Cutler's last alive. May as well get this ult orb. You're not going to be able to walk away with this round. Picks up his trip bars because he knows that this is a lost cause.
You get right on out of there, back towards main, off that zoom. You're safe. You're able to get back on B. It's low risk in a sense and very high reward. At least in this round, it's going to be TSM making their way all towards mid. And here comes the take. 𝐿𝐵𝐸's on the front lines. He does have a kill onto Wardell off of that Odin. And even player 1 capitalizing on 𝐵𝑆𝐵 still on site. Player 1 pivoting, trying to get himself a 4th, but it's not going to work out in this favor. Drone back, but now he's stuck in a 1-on-3, still with the spike to work with, still with 40 seconds, but it's still going to be 𝐼𝐸l at the very end. Within just a couple of seconds, TSM, they're all the way up. They might just fall into the trap of Huynh. Huynh somehow still gets himself a frag off of that first miss.
He's holding just a little while longer. The blast doors are now closed, and TSM have been cut off from any access points towards A without making contact. Still, though, it really is up to Drone. If Drone can find something for TSM to play off of, they might stand a chance, but he's waiting. He's taking his sweet time, and with 20 seconds left on the clock, TSM have got to get a move on.
Absolutely they do. They still just have about 15 seconds left, but they've taken full control of A. There's still a tripwire here and there, but they pretty much just skip right on through all of them. Still a camera in the back lines. 𝐞𝐿 trying to cover up mid, and he's actually going to take advantage of it with the neural thread. 𝐸𝐵𝐻 takes down one with the Hunter's Fury. GMD with another one. One last player remaining as 𝐻𝐻 has to be the hero, trying to capitalize on a kill, pivoting around on 𝐞𝐿. And again, usually you would expect GenG to be as conservative as possible, but now here comes an actual roll it back over towards Cat. 𝐞𝐿 capitalizing. He catches himself one, trying to get himself a third, but Drone is there for the refrag. Things have now equalized. It's a 3-on-3, and 𝐸𝐵𝐻 just trying to find Drone around the corner with the shock darts, and he has the almighty 𝐿𝐼𝐻 to go.
He's gone all the way through B main, and they know where this hit is taken. 𝐸𝐵𝐻 holds the spray. It's now just down to Huynh. How if TSM pull this one out? 5 seconds left, and he's got just enough time for the spike. He's looking for an early kill here, but if he doesn't find something now, it might just have to be the save, but he's addressing the issue here.
Man, oh man, it almost seems like sometimes he's a little bit too ballsy for his own liking, and Cutler, he's actually going to catch Huynh off the off angle. Gonna have to rotate over. 𝐻𝐻 also, oh no, he has the cross going. Takes down Huynh. TSM, they have quite the mountain to climb, but they also have a pretty good amount of economy. But let's see what actually goes down, because you do have Huynh over in the front lines taking down one, but Cutler back on the return frag. Player one in such a saucy position, still able to take down two in mid. Oh man, so early on into this round for TSM.
Oh, and that's the problem here for 𝐸𝐵𝐻. Hold them back and delay as long as you can, but even that doesn't matter, because they both walk into the single Odin spray. 3 players ready. Huynh has got a perfect line of sight. All this intel here for GenG, and they don't even know what to do with it. Huynh still holding, gets the first. That's the spike drop now, and he can continue to capitalize on this, continue to push forward, but he's holding his ground. He's smart about this. The camera goes in, but he's not phased by it. Line up this shot, backs away as he takes it. Player one finds another in market as he sends in the paranoia. There's just one more there, and Huynh has gone down to Cutler. They've got a chance to take the site now as 𝐸𝐵𝐻 straight on through from that recon bolt. A combination of the two as 𝐸𝐵𝐻 looks to finalize this round, but it's player one who takes it from 7-3. As
in the last round on Cap, but he's gonna have to go away off the smoke. But Huynh actually, instead of playing out on B main this round, gonna end up playing up mid, but 𝐶𝐵𝐺 instantly off the trade. That's at least something for TSM, as consistently they've been going down to the early picks. But I mentioned GMD. It was in an insane spot earlier up on Cap, but he stays there and still takes down the spike. This might just be disastrous for TSM before they even approach the site.
And he's got a paranoia waiting for them, just going for this jump spot. 𝐵𝐻 at least for now the recon bolt, and is holding on to the smoke. They're trying to clear this site, but they're not lining the shot up. It's up to him now. It finally connects onto one, and 𝐿𝐼𝐻's been given the intel, dashing on in to catch this player one, but now they've got this site, despite yet to make a cross zone over, as now 𝐿𝐼𝐻 will start to get it down on the ground. 𝐸𝐵𝐻's with that Odin, not able to land a killing blow, as a 3 versus 3, and it was really just an eco here, as 𝐿𝐼𝐻 didn't even have a gun. He went in with the knives, but now he's got a phantom, as all 3 players on the side of GenG work their way back in.
GMD, you've got to be joking me with this showstopper, but it's still Drone around the corner, taking down 2, and yet again, 𝐞𝐿 staying alive, 25 HP. The task is stall, but can he actually make his way through? A singular knife from 𝐿𝐼𝐻, and instead he pulls out all of them.
For now, a double up pulled out. Huynh and GMD, and that last round made that one work. The double up setup, but GMD will not be doing much else. First kill is going to go the way of TSM as Huynh trades it back down towards middle, getting aggressive and pushing that issue. Thus far, since that one round we saw them go down mid, they have been aggressed. A second kill for Huynh, and that leaves the B site.
At least in terms of TSM, they have no space to work with, but 𝐿𝐻, cheeky as all, making himself, again, baiting out Huynh, but man, oh man. Again, Huynh, such a pivotal player for a lot of these holds, but still, again, he's capitalizing off of some of these insane takes. 𝐿𝐻 so close to actually getting himself a wallbang frag. Drone still in the back lines, takes down what is the lurk, the trade from 𝐸𝐵𝐻. Still one more player in the back line, and it's going to be player one draining on back, and that's the site. 2v1 for TSM. Can they close out the half?
They're hoping to get this 5th one here. The confusion caused by drone coming from behind. Mid has been the open avenue here for TSM, and this time they finally make it work. 𝐿, 1 player against 2. He's got the Vandal, and it's a Dragon, so hopefully he can roar this one out, but 𝐿𝐷𝐿 has spotted him, and once 𝐿𝐷𝐿's got information...
Here we go. Here comes the take.
Ooh, that spy cam dart already giving that position away. They're running through the Cypher cage. They've tossed one of their own. Oh my god, the damage! GMD finally takes down Cutler. 𝐻𝐻 from the market position has locked in onto 1. Player 1 with that trade back though, and they find themselves a man advantage. They've approached the site from here on out. The spike is yet to go down, and there is at least a flank coming in. 𝐼𝐵 from the back lines. There's a tripwire though that reveals his position, so his flank is now been nullified in terms of the knowledge here. GMD 1 bullet and 1 kill. It's 𝐿𝐷𝐿 now in the 1v4, and it does indeed seem impossible, but you never know with this man. A ghost in his hand and a vengeance on his mind. He's trying to work his way back in though here, Gus. There are a couple players though. There are 3 players though that if he can connect the shots, but he can't. Overwhelmed and swarmed by these players.
Of a task, but look at this. 𝐿𝐷𝐿 around the corner with a shorty. Gonna be able to get himself 1. 𝐼𝐿 training back to Frank, but there's still 1 more around the corner. Cutler, how does he get that kill with a classic? But he still picks up the shorty. Wait a minute. He's still looking for some cheese. Still playing around with it. He puts up a cage to try to protect him. He runs on through. Gets another kill. 3 on 2 for TSM off the eco. And not only that, but TSM, they're going to be able to regroup and retake their site. Well, at least at some sort of even strength.
And 𝐻𝐻, he's stuck back towards B main. That spike, they're hoping, they're banking on the fact that he hasn't made it on out, but it could just be the mind games. 𝐻𝐻's in the smoke. GMD, that is a huge kill. Nade goes in as well. That might finish him off. He's barely evaded it. Tucked back in towards the controller room. As 𝐻𝐻, he's wanted off the classic. GMD, too many players to look at in drone.
Again, they can't. They simply can't commit to that one. They still need a take to make things at least a little bit worth it around the corner. You got to be kidding me, 𝐻𝐻. Drone baiting out with the owl drone, but it's still going to be 𝐻𝐻 going down to the showstopper, although he was already down on HP. Near side, and now drone goes down. Still 1 to the backside. Might have defeated him a little bit. 𝐼𝐵 still holding on, waiting up for the take. 3 people outside on A, slowly making their take in. Again, 𝐼𝐵 waiting under. 𝐿𝐷𝐿 already has 1 over towards short, but all the action happening on A as a spike goes down, and 𝐼𝐵 still waiting.
No!
A double updraft for 𝐿𝐷𝐿. The last person remaining is around the corner, and 𝐿𝐷𝐿 again. Man, again, somehow Huynh, he has so much control of Garage. There's always going to be someone off the lurk in the back line, but in comes the action drone, somehow taking down Huynh. Again, that's the only important ulti still in the back lines. This is 𝐿𝐷𝐿. Knows exactly where one player is, but has to capitalize. Does catch it. Looking over towards the right side. 2 more attackers. Again, might be rethinking an actual approach. In comes the shoulder peek. And that camera just coming in clutch again. 𝐼𝐵 takes down 1. 𝐿𝐷𝐿 continuing his off danger. Drafts away. And he still gets himself a 3rd.
And 𝐼𝐵 is the first challenge. Paranoia has missed, but the curveball will land. Huynh still trying to find this one. Another curveball, and they're pushing on in. Drone's got 1 off the Fury, and 𝐼𝐵 has removed the op. 𝐻𝐻 will pick it back up though in his saved hands. But with 2 kills off the bat, 𝐻𝐻 might make it 3 here as GMD is lining up for him. And say with 𝐾𝐿, TP's away now, and everything lies in the hands of TSM with this one that has 𝐻𝐻, and now just 1 in 𝐻𝐻's.
Take down that last 1v1, and considering the fact that he has players to try to trade out with him,
well, it's going to be this A split play here, Gus, and there is a smattering of players out to take the word. GMD, so many in front of this face. Blast back goes in. 𝐼𝐵 through the smoke traces the blast back on back to him, and now 𝐿𝐷𝐿, player 1 will find it back to the cage. 𝐼𝐵 caught from the side now. The ultimate's been used, and they know exactly where they sit. Drone and a 1 versus 3. And this spike will go down and allow them a chance at survival.
Drone 1v3. Can he pull it off for the championship? It's a tall task to say the least. And this Owl Drone might spot him up, but Drone just has to run on in. Instead, there's going to be a player in hell waiting up for him.
Jet, Wardell versus Huynh. Operated duel we've been waiting for. They both evade each other for now. Wardell's double scope, and he's won that duel here for TSM. An initial kill goes the way of them, and that could be a huge factor in this round. 𝐻𝐻 hasn't been spotted by the Owl Drone. Wardell doubles back. He's got another. GMD falters as well, and he's looking for more. Nearly lands that flick. 2 kills to his name, and 𝐼𝐸 will finally trade it back here. They've advanced up the catwalk position, but these last 3 players, they look a little bit lost as 𝐻𝐻 has got another. Confused and dazed, Effie goes down, and just the 2 last here, Gus.
It's unreal. Still 2 more players. Player 1 is actually going to teleport, but Sobroza, oh my god, he's outside the cage, but somehow 𝐼𝐸, pre-firing the corner, does find himself the frag, and he finds himself a 3rd, equalizing things for the team off of 2-on-2. Things are still relatively even. Player 1 has teleported, again, earlier teleported his way over towards B, but now waiting up for his teammate to actually clear out things, has an opportunity to get this plant, but 2 players in heaven, ready to wide swing. 𝐼𝐸 goes down. Player 1, last person remaining, hasn't gotten the spike down, but finally he's going to get it. He has wasted so much time on site. Cutler right through the wall, going to get it.